It's a very interesting book. It's to show what we lived through during the war. A lot of things went through.
You are very happy about this book, eh?
I'm very happy about this book because I want my children to have a remembrance.
Why is this book very important for you?
Well, I want my children, grandchildren to know what I went through during the war. And, we lost all our family, everybody. I was the only one who survived. And my father, who was in Siberia, survived. So when he survived, he came back and he came looking for family and he found me. And I didn't recognize my father. I didn't know who it was. It was, the years passed and he changed. And I didn't remember him.
I think you thought you lost the whole family.
Everybody. Everybody. My sister, my brother, my aunts and uncles, everybody, the whole family. I was the only one who survived. So,
After all these years, I see it's still hurting you.
of course, because, I went through so much, It's memories that are still there.
Can you tell me, go back, let's go back. Can you tell me about the time you were running away? Yeah, I mean not.
When my brother left me, he left me because he was in Kamionki in a lager, so when he left me with people that weren't Jewish,
Your brother Bumik.
Bomik, yeah. And he wanted me to stay alive. He said, "You have to stay alive because if Tata, our father will come back from Russia, he won't have nobody." So, okay, I wanted to be alive. I ran after him, and he told me, "No, you have to go back and you have to stay with these people. Otherwise, you won't be alive." It was very, very touching. It was very difficult for me. I cried a lot.
When he was going away.
When he was going away, I just cried.
Is that the last time you saw your brother Bumik?
Yeah, that was the last time I saw my brother Womek. And he told me, go back. You cannot go with me. You cannot be with me now. You have to be with these people. It was very difficult. You can imagine a young child. And I came there, and these people actually were afraid even to keep me because they weren't Jewish and they were afraid, Christians also were persecuted. So they were afraid even to keep me there at their house. But nevertheless, they took me in and they gave me a little room to stay. The room was like four chairs, big. It was very difficult. They used to give me the food because they were poor people too, They gave me food like potato soup to eat. But that really didn't bother me, whatever I ate.
But if you look back now, those days, and if you compare it to now, how life is, how the world is, there are now a lot of refugees. How do you think about that?
Well, I think that the refugees they should let in the refugees. Not everybody, but, some of them you should let them in. Because that time they didn't let them in. Nobody could have, we couldn't go in. We couldn't go nowhere. Nobody let us in. But now, it's a different world. Yeah.
And in that time, you were also a refugee.
Yes, of course. We were refugees, sure.
What is the thing you always think about that time? What you can remember very vivid?
Very vivid I remember is my brother Bomek, who I adored. He was a wonderful person. He was more than a father to me. All the time I used to think about him. I still think about him. But yeah, that's life. You just have to accept it.
This book is ready. They will present it this month. You will receive it too on your birthday. What can be the effect of this book?
The effect of this book for people to know what happened. I hope that people will have.
It's okay. Yeah.
That people will understand, that life is what happens to people during the war. That we should never have wars. thank God, Curacao is a wonderful place. I love Curacao and I love the people, and I feel very home here. But of course, I hope that never repeats itself.
Thank you very much for this interview.
You're very welcome.